What is going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. It's always a great day when I can pick up the camera and make more content for all of you to watch and enjoy. So today is something a little bit different. You don't see it much in New Zealand, you don't see it much anywhere else apart from South Africa. It's called a Bunny Chow, and I'm not gonna speak about too much. You can sit back, relax, and enjoy the content. We're gonna get on with the prep. I've got a massive carrot. Supermarket today had some fat carrots, fat onions. The produce looked incredible. A Bunny Chow essentially is a curry inside of a bread. Carrots peeled. If you've been following how I cook, you already know. Rustic chops only. You don't need to do anything else. Cut it nice and fat, nice and big. It's gonna give us nice texture. You want the carrot to crunch as well. You don't want it to be soft and gluggy. Why even put it in if you want it to be disappearing? In with a red onion. If you don't have red onion, use white as well. Both work just as freaking good, man. If you're doing this at home, be careful. And I'm using this whole fat one. Two tomatoes. If you don't have fresh tomatoes, use canned. There's nothing wrong with canned. I just have an excess of tomatoes, and before they go super soft, I need to use them. Because you know, these cost money, bro. You need to use them. Don't waste. And if they got this bit, it's a curry, we're doing a curry, so they will all break down. And if you still are crying about it, pick it out. And so I'm going with a chop, like a rough chop. You can see two is all you need. There's like quite a large amount in here. Peel ginger, you can use a spoon, you can use a knife. You just want to get this shit off. You know what, in my opinion, I think everyone needs to, high school, at least you need to do some high school cooking classes. Cause I remember when I was in school, they taught us how to microwave a potato. What the fuck, I've never met anyone that microwaves potato, so it's just a waste of time. You need to learn how to do stuff like this, make your food delicious. A lot of people don't know about food in general, but all of you guys on the internet are food safety experts. You know everything about everything. So the massive ginger, I've cut that up into 3 pieces. I'll use this massive piece and that piece. This piece can just hang out. Well, I say relatively fine, but you know what? You know why you guys are watching me prep? It's because prep doesn't need to be that long. There's a lot of cooking content out there that has, you know, cut it this way, julienne, finely diced, at a time that's necessary. But what I'm trying to provide is encouragement for everyone watching. That doesn't matter how good your knife skills are out of 10, you'll be able to make some delicious home cooked meals. And that's the best part about it, because you made it to your taste. I've got about 3 tablespoons of garlic here. I'm putting all my ginger, combining these two. Doesn't matter that the garlic's a different shape, smaller, the ginger's bigger. No, it doesn't. That's there. So our prep's coming along quite nicely. The only other thing that we need is potatoes. Adding potatoes into the curry. So this, I'll tell you a little bit of history. This dish originated in South Africa, in Durban. Outside of India, they have the most amount of Indian people. #1 for the amount of Indian people that are not in India. So this dish is inspired by the Indian influence in South Africa. Depending where you are in the world, everyone has their own takes on curries. Thai have their curry, Japanese people have their curry, Indian people have curry, Sri Lankan people have curry, even the Brits have curry, chicken tikka masala. But it's nothing like any of that This is its own curry. And South African people, very, very poor country, very poor people, don't have much. Potato, abundant. Quite a lot of white people in South Africa, potato very abundant. To stay true, we're gonna put this in our curry. As well as like growing up and having curries and stuff, there was always potato. Always potato. I'm not gonna peel it for the sake of making it easy. Having big cube segments. You can even split this again if you want a quicker cook or your pieces are small or whatever, but I'm keeping it quite large. If you're ever working with potato and you notice it going brown and stuff, it's because it likes to oxidize. I don't know if it likes to oxidize, but that's a process. It goes brown. The insides go brown. Doesn't do anything much apart from change the color. And we eat with our eyes, guys, so I'll show you how to stop it oxidizing. You put water in the bowl. The potatoes that I'm using golden agres. There's all the different other potatoes out there. You can use soft potatoes, stuff like that. I'd recommend a hardy potato, so Agria, Yukon Gold, you know, something that looks yellow, or even a red potato. They're just hardier than the white potatoes. White potatoes are soft. It's gonna hold up better in the cooking process, so it doesn't turn like mush. Potato prep done. And that's it, 5-minute chopping prep, then it's done. Got everything I need. Not caring about it is the better way to go about it. You don't have to get everything perfect precise. You can always taste and adjust as you go. We're ready to cook. I've got an Instant Pot here, and that is because I want this to be speedy and efficient. The good thing about it is you can saute in this as well. Everything, you just press a button, that's on. We'll get our spices and everything in. And if you're doing this with a pot as well, you need to wait for it to get hot before you add your oil or your butter or your fat, your ghee, whatever you're cooking with. Let the pot heat up, you know? It needs to warm up. Don't rush it, don't rush the process. You know, you can still raw dog it, but relax, time is key. Alright, we're looking great, super hot. I've got the Indian Chef 3000 here. If you've cooked with this, you have this in your house, you make bomb curry. Into your pot we go our fat. It could be butter, oil. I'm not fussed, hope you're not fussed. For the spices I've got dried curry leaves, cinnamon, black cardamom, green cardamom, star anise, cloves, dried chilies, cumin powder, a little bit of bay leaf. Drop that in too. If you don't have any of that I listed, don't add it in. You can still make a delicious curry without all of that. Moving around, getting it toasted. I'll tell you right now, the Instant Pot's quite good because I don't really want to think about it. If it's on the stove, you know, you can keep it on low, keep it rolling, whatever. That's all good. That has... Oh, that's smelling real good already. You know, that has its times where that's all good, but I can't be bothered. I got too much going on today, so I want to get it on and get it out of mind. This is 1 teaspoon of coriander powder, South African curry powder. If you don't have South African, just use whatever the hell you got. That's like, I'm gonna go a tablespoon of curry powder. And then mild chili powder. That gets pretty similar treatment. I like thrashing this because it's not too spicy, but it has so much flavor. And you know, mix that around. This is where it gets dangerous because the spices can burn. And you really wanna, if that happens, your entire meal is busted. You need to start again. Ooh, that smells good. In with our onions. And get that incorporated, mixed in with all the spices. If you need a little bit more oil, butter or fat, add it in. Because again, you still have the spices there, you don't really want that to burn. No, it's not you don't really want it to burn, you need to make sure that it doesn't burn. Looking good, smelling delicious. Ginger and garlic, that goes in. That mix around. Once the garlic and the ginger starts being aromatic, as soon as you can smell it, it's done. We're adding in our tomatoes. And for me, that's right now. Tomatoes. If you're using canned tomatoes, use canned tomatoes, fresh tomatoes, Get that mixed around. That's gonna cool our pot as well, ensuring that the spices don't burn. Guys, I keep saying spices don't burn, because if your spices burn, you'll f*** the whole dish. I've actually got a couple canned cherry tomatoes that I didn't use when I made pizzas the other day, so These are going in. Nothing wrong with that. And I really hope you guys are kind of picking up on my vibe, what I'm putting down. Anything in the fridge that you have that you can add it in, add it in. We're going with a bit of a hybrid. Fresh tomato, canned tomato, cherry tomato, canned tomato, plum tomato, don't matter. Potato, potato, tomato, tomato. This is how we're looking in the pot. Our tomatoes, you can see on the bottom. Our spices aren't sticking because of the juice of the tomato that's letting out the liquid, cooling our pot down. I added a tablespoon of water to the canned tomatoes. Give it a shake, that's all tomato essence. And you don't need a lot of water. If you're using canned tomatoes, I definitely recommend you do that with the cans. This is my meat that I'm going to be using today. It's diced lamb. There's 1.2 kgs of chopped up, diced up lamb, bone in. And I always like using bone in lamb because the bones hold flavor. I've got some chicken stock powder. This is going to give some umami boost and flavor, as well as salt. Some actual sea salt and pepper. Give that a mix around so nothing sticks on the bottom. More or less this is the size of the meat chunks. And they're going to cook it roughly around the same time, nothing crazy. Rustic chopped carrots. Rustic, big. It will hold up in the cooking process. All our potatoes, that goes in next. You can see already our pot's already full. Give this another stir. The potatoes, the carrots, even the meat will let out its water content. And that will thin out our gravy. You know, if you want it thinner, you want it thicker, add water, don't add water with the lid. Meat stew, 15 minutes high pressure. There'll be some smart asses. Yeah, it's not a stew, bro. Bro, where's the curry? Where do you see curry? Yeah, you don't. All in all, guys, all that prep was like 15 minutes, 20 minutes max. Don't need to worry about anything. Get it on and relax. Watch some TV, Netflix. Watch more of my videos. And I'll see you all in 50 minutes. Ooh, that's that good stuff. All of this is ready. You guys can see. I don't want you guys to miss out on any of this. Wow, everything looks delicious. It smells incredible. Yeah, the carrots and the potato, really nice. Oh, that lamb is super tender. Guys, we're ready to eat. We're ready to eat. We're ready to eat. Tell you what, man, I had to put a hoodie on. Winter in New Zealand's different. All of a sudden, it would just be cold as. Just out of the blue, it's midday. Shouldn't even be nowhere near cold. Alright, so we have a loaf of unsliced bread. Give that a half. This is good. This is the bowl for the curry. Cut all this out. All the guts. That's the guts pulled out, and you can see it's like a little hollow shell. You can use this to dip it into the curry. Everything's so aromatic. You just want to pack your bread or your bowl as much as whatever you want in it, right? You cook the food, you make the rules. Make sure you get some potatoes, some carrots, some meat, stack it to the brim. You can see all the liquid there. It's a mixture of the rendered fat, the oils, and the water content of everything in the pot. Finish it with coriander, some freshly chopped coriander, leaves and stems. Our bunny chow is done. I'll show you how to eat it, guys. You get your guts, rip some off, get a spoonful of everything. I like a little bit of carrot, potato, that delicious mouth-watering lamb. Mouth-watery. I'm so excited for this. Oh, so hot. Rib. Everything is perfect. Potatoes cooked perfectly. You can see it's not one with the gravy. It's still potato. And not mashed potato. And the lamb, I used no specific cut. I was just at the supermarket. It's like extras that the butcher don't use. That carrot's so sweet. Carrot and curry is OP, man. And let's go for another bite because I'm really excited for this. This meal makes me so happy because there's something out of eating inside of another thing that makes it just insanely fun. So I got my spoonful, dunked the bread in the gravy. You can see it does a real mean job at absorbing, soaking up that curry. This is a massive, massive bite. As a textural dream as well, like the potatoes are nice, the carrots are sweet, the lamb is tender, but the bread is what makes Bunny Chow Bunny Chow. The bread soaks up the juice and it doesn't like dissipate. It still holds its texture and it makes like another layer of what makes it delicious, right? Like we got the spices, we got the flavor, we got the clarified butter. You don't need clarified butter, but we have that. We have the lamb, we have a little bit of sweet, savory, salty, fresh from the coriander, and the bread pulls it all together. The bread is the glue. And it's not soggy. It's not soggy, it's not shit. It's delicious. It's super fun. Like I'm eating out of a fucking bread. That's fun as. Once the curry goes down, you take pieces of the bread and you eat your plate. There's something about having your food inside more food that gives you a different type of satisfaction. Eating the curry, it's going down again. I'm gonna leave you all right here because I need a seat to continue eating my Bunny Chow. If you like the content, I know you like the content if you made it this far, hit that like button, share around to your friends, drop a comment. If you want something specific, let me know. Instagram, TikTok, wherever, YouTube, and just take it easy, guys. Catch you all on the next one.